Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be discussing 5 preparation tips that will kind of help moms with the virtual learning or prepare moms for the virtual learning for this school year. I know it's been crazy. I've been scrolling online, so I know, there's a lot of people that's nervous or not too sure or really don't know what to do or feel like they don't have the patience for it. But I have 5 tips and I'm going to be sharing with you that would probably help ease you into, the idea of at-home learning. So if that's something you're interested in, please continue watching.
Oh, Brittany, I hope you enjoy your song. There's one just for you. Sing it all day long.
Okay, so my first tip would be to brace yourself, honey. You have got to calm your nerves. I know that we're nervous and I know that we feel like we can't do it. We don't want to feel like kids, but it's okay. You can calm down. You may want to take a few days off from work. You may want to take a weekend before school starts off from work, to clear your mind and relax and, get yourself in the mood. Be excited about this school year. I know that I am, like, being control over what my child is learning, like, with everything that's happened in the world today. And the fact that a lot of our kids aren't being taught certain things about African American history and their greatness, like, to have full control over that, that's a plus to me. So I'm really looking forward to introducing a more, she knows a lot now because, I tell her, I teach her, but I really want to deep dive into it. And I also want to start teaching her French because I know a little French and I'm learning at this time, so it'll be nice to go ahead and introduce a little French in there. So certain things like that have me excited, and I want you excited as well. All right, so for the second tip would be to think about how you're going to handle this year. Think about it. What's your plan? What's your plan of execution? I want you to think of it like a business that's been handed to you and it's yours. How do you plan on making it happen? Because moms make it happen, right? That's what we're good at. We make it happen. How do you plan on making it happen? What needs to be done? How it needs to be done? What type of things go into running the business? You need to have like a schedule, when things are going to happen, when things are going to go down, who's in charge, who's doing what, when, how, all those things. One thing that you can think about is what works for your family. When is the best time to teach? When is the best time to have the child do review work? When is the best time for the child to do busy work? Like, think about what works. You don't have it doesn't have to look like what I do. It doesn't have to look like what your kid is used to. It doesn't have to look like what their teacher would do. Like, make it work for you. For me, what I plan on doing is in the evenings, I plan on teaching, and then in the mornings, I plan on allowing her to do busy work or review work based off what I taught her the evening prior. So on Monday evening, she may learn math, geometry and math. Tuesday morning, she'll do work relating to geometry, math. That evening, I may teach her, another form of math, fractions. I may teach her fractions, and Wednesday morning she'll do review work based off of fractions, and then that evening we'll learn something else. So that's what I mean by figuring out what type of schedule and what will work with your family. You also can think about people who can help, like friends and family who you can call on the phone, who can possibly come over. First make sure they don't have COVID, but could possibly come over to help teach a subject. Even with smartphones, FaceTime. See who you can call up on FaceTime and have your child read to them or go over certain things. There's nothing to take a picture of a worksheet, send it over to that friend can take a look at it, go over it with that kid. Hey, it takes a village, right? So yes, that's something to think about when I say think about your plan of execution, how it's gonna go down. Another thing that fits under that will be food. You know, your kid has to eat. Food helps the brain, we know that, especially nutritious food. So we want to think about what we're gonna be feeding our kids for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We wanna make sure we at least keep that schedule so that their brains can work accordingly. Meal prepping doesn't have to look like the everyday meal prepping, you know, cooking all this food on Sunday and then during the week you eat it. If you do that, that's fine. But if you don't want to do that, I say at least go ahead and have in the house what you plan on cooking and what the kids are going to be eating. Now, it will be beneficial to go ahead and cook it so that in the evenings you just eat and then you learn. Well, for my schedule, we will eat and then we learn. That way I'm not cooking at the same time that I'm trying to teach, if that makes sense. But do what works for you. And don't be afraid to switch it around that first month or so, trying to see what works. Third tip would be to go ahead and look up your child's curriculum. I've already looked up my child's curriculum. I know that in 5th grade, there's a lot of emphasis put on math, specifically geometry. So I know that right now I need to go ahead and get a refresher on that. I was good at math, I'm not gonna lie, I was good at math in school, but I need a refresher to be able to teach her what type of spelling words, what reading material they need to read, or what books are common for 5th graders or whatever grade your child is in. Like, go ahead and look that stuff up so you can be prepared, because I know when we feel prepared, we perform better. My 4th tip would be to go ahead and order material that will help. I know for myself, I went on Amazon and typed in learning books for 5th graders, and I was successful with that. I got books that is gonna be able to allow me to provide her with review work or busy work, whatever you wanna call it. I'm gonna show you an example. Okay, so I purchased 2 books for Amora. This summer, she's been working on a bridge book from 4th grade to 5th grade. It's like this is 5th grade, but she has a bridge book that will provide her with information from going from the 4th grade to 5th grade. I check it, it provides the answers. I got the solutions to the answers here to her book. I took it out the book that she has, but yes, this will help. And it just has, it looks exciting, it looks fun, and it's reading. It's basically everything that she's gonna need in 5th grade. Let me see. Okay, so the table of contents pretty much shows that it's gonna be spelling and vocabulary, language arts, reading comprehension, writing, math skills, multiplication, division, fractions and decimals, geometry, and measurement. See, it's there. All of it is here. It has the answer key and extra stuff. So things like this will help keep your child busy, especially for moms who are having to work from home, or moms who's having to drop the kid off with the grandmom or aunts or whoever. This work will help keep them busy, and you know that they're learning and they're not just out here doing nothing. So yes, that's something to think about. You also want to try to familiarize yourself with the material. If you already see that you may need assistance, go ahead and reach out to whoever you need to reach out to. that will help you teach your kid, or tutors. Go ahead and get them on board, see what the prices are for them. I know for me, my kid will be doing the virtual learning. I don't know exactly what that's gonna look like. I know if it looks anything like the end of last school year, the teachers are just going to assign assignments, but as far as in teaching, it's probably not gonna be there. That's gonna be left up for me to do. I know some moms may not have the time, the patience, but I just want you to try, because I mean, I just feel like it's a good idea. It's a good idea. At least it's just one school year where you get to be hands-on with your kid, or your kid is just getting to learn from you. Like, you never know what you're capable of until you actually try it. My last and final tip would be to get in the mood, get your child in the mood for what's about to go down. That may involve creating a designated learning area for your child. Think about your child's bedroom. If you really don't have a space where a desk can be in any other part of the house, think about how you can split up your child's bedroom and make it, block it off to have a learning area. That's what I plan on doing, because we live in an apartment and I really don't have the space to put her in a certain area. So what I'm planning on doing is pushing her bed to the side and creating like this block in her room for a little learning area, a little desk, and some learning material on the wall. Like, get your kid excited. You get excited. You want to create that learning vibe that they're used to from being in school. Bright lights, colorful stuff on the wall. You know what I mean, how teachers have the bulletin boards and stuff like that. Another thing is getting rid of negative talk. Saying or probably feeling negative self-talk, feeling like it can't be done, or like you're not capable of this because you are. Moms can do anything, right? Moms can make stuff happen. Moms do what has to be done. And I just want you to know that you can do it. You don't have to shy away from it. You don't have to be nervous about it. You don't have to feel like you're gonna fail your kid. I mean, granted, it's just one school year. It's just one school year. Hopefully it's not two, but it's just one. Your child's not gonna be behind. As long as you have something similar to this, they're gonna be learning. As long as you're checking it, you're gonna be fine. I would also like to add, try not to get discouraged when your child may not be learning something. I know sometimes we can take it there. I know moms can get a little aggravated whenever a child doesn't understand something right away, especially if it's been taught 2 to 3 times. Sometimes it could be the way you're putting it. So again, try to reach out to a friend or a family member that could assist in explaining something to the child differently. Like, you want to make sure you're not using the wrong tone when teaching the kid, because that could somewhat make the kid nervous and not want to learn, and whatever you're trying to teach doesn't really stick because the child is afraid or scared and really isn't comprehending. So yeah, you want to keep that in mind as well. You want to make sure that you put your kid in a learning mood. You want to make sure you remain in a learning mood. One thing for me, I've always told Amora, which is my daughter's name, if I ever get to the point to where I'm distracting you or I'm pushing you too hard, let me know. And that may be something that you want to tell your children as well, to let me know when I'm pushing you too far and you can't learn, so that I know to stop and we can take a break, or we can go you know, go outside or get some ice cream or something to bring us back to a learning environment. So yeah, those are my tips, and I hope that helps. If you need more tips, don't be afraid to ask. I'll be glad to share what I can. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like this video for me. Comment below what would you like to see next, and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Until next time, bye.
Oh.